Yo, what is poppin' my 420 on me? It is your boy, the mighty 420, and we're doing another Outlast video. Well, basically, this is another lore video. Well, it kind of is, because basically we're just doing, like, some discussing. It's, like, whether or not Miles Upshur is alive or dead, since I'm actually putting this on the new channel, also because I'm also remastering all my Outlast character lore videos for the first game. And also we'll be doing, and also the new timeline that's out. I'll eventually get around to revamping the timeline in gameplay form, so don't worry. That will be coming. But either way, back to this. This is, because I'll eventually be recording a whole bunch of stuff beforehand. So anyway, back to the main crux of this. We're going to be discussing whether or not Miles Upshur is dead or alive. And as you know, at the very end of the first game, like the main Outlast game, this happens.
You have become the host. Jesus God, what is that
As you can see there, Miles literally gets shot a ton, so you're probably thinking, yep, he is 100% dead. However, there are actually various sources that confirm Miles to still be alive, even though he does get shot, like at the very end of Whistleblower when Waylon gets in the Jeep Miles rented. Well, that would probably assume, that's probably the best bet when Miles flew out to Leadville, so he probably went to the car rental place, because there's probably a car rental place at the airport Miles went to. Well, I don't know what airport is closest to Mount Massive that has a car rental place near it, but anyway, back on topic. When Waylon gets in the Jeep, you actually see Miles limping in the Walrider swarm, confirming that he is a new host, like Wernicke says. And then he uses the Walrider to kill all the soldiers, and he also uses it to kill Jeremy Blair right before Waylon gets outside. But yeah, anyway, then it's also revealed in the comics that this is in the 4th issue of the Murkoff account comic, but basically it's said that Miles' neighbor, because Miles lived in an apartment in Washington, D.C., and that's why he probably had to fly by plane, go to the car rental place, and then get his Jeep, because it would take forever if he drove. But anyway, the two detectives, Paul Marion and Pauline Glick, they actually head to Miles' apartment and they ask his neighbor, who says that Miles had been gone for like a long time and didn't return, and apparently saw Miles return, but then that her dogs went crazy, even though the neighbor's dogs didn't really mind Miles, because it's like, well, if they liked Miles, then maybe they probably knew that it wasn't actually Miles, and there was like some sort of ghost entity of him, like the Walrider was practically fused to him. But we also know that when actually I think we see Billy Hope's mother in the comic too, but it's still in the form of Billy, so that part there is kind of confusing as to like why it's still Billy when Miles is technically the Walrider's host now. Technically it should be Miles in there, but yeah. Also, when I first found this game, it was also confirmed that Red Barrel's actually confirmed on their Twitter page that Miles was dead. However, that tweet ended up getting deleted, so now there's some disagreement as to whether Miles is alive or dead. Like, even with the Walrider fused to his body and Miles getting shot. Well, plus it's kind of hard to see where Miles gets shot in that scene, though. I mean, if you're using like the Ultra Menu mod, which obviously you can't put on PS4 and on PS4, it's only available on PC. But I'm pretty sure, I don't know. I'd have to double check that to see where Miles gets shot when you're viewing it in third person via the Ultra Menu mod or using some other third person cheats. But yeah, I think that's basically it. And evidence. And I think they also say somewhere in the comic that Miles had actually died. But yeah, and I might be missing something else. I'd have to double check. But anyway, I think that's basically it for this. And I'm actually uploading this, see if I can get this uploaded alongside Miles' remastered episode of the Character Lore series that I'm redoing, which, yeah, I said that already, but anyway, let me know in the comments, do you think Miles is alive? Do you think Miles is dead? And, yeah, another character we'll be doing is Wernicke, because he was actually present there, so I might just reuse the same clip when I do another episode of this for Wernicke, because obviously you could see Wernicke among the soldiers that were killed by the Wall Riders, so he's gonna be next. Plus, that dude's like an old man in his 90s, and he, yeah, it's like that. And plus, that's another. There are so many characters in the video games I've played where it's like, ooh, this character might be dead, or this character might actually be alive. So that's why I'm gonna be tackling all those characters where it's like people are debating whether or not said character is alive or dead. And obviously we started with Miles Upshur for Outlast, and next Outlast character will be Wernicke, and there's also going to be one for Uncharted on Alcazar. It's like, jeez, what is with you and this Alcazar guy? It's like, well, if you've been following me for that big one project, I made Alcazar the villain of that. It's like, why, what I have this grudge with Alcazar. But anyway, that's it for Miles, and I will see you on the next episode of this. Where I don't know, I probably won't do Alcazar till later, but either way, just stay tuned for when I do Wernicke in this series. So either way, please comment, like, share, subscribe, and peace.